Hi everyone, it's Marcy here from Stampin' with Marcy. Hold on just one second, I've got a hair in my eye. It is Marcy from Stampin' with Marcy. I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Canada, and I sell all of the products that I share with you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I truly do appreciate it. It is Thursday, September 12th, 2019. If you are watching me live on my Facebook business page, there's going to be a red live button up in the top left-hand corner. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to catch me live crafting. I will be saving this, and it will be on my Facebook page later as a recording, as well as it will be turned into a YouTube video. So if you are watching on YouTube, please click the like and subscribe button below if you like what I am creating and you are enjoying my live crafting. So as always, everything is going to be on my blog post in 2 days. On Saturday, I will have a blog post with all of the product links for you to easily shop my online store. Now, please, when you pop on, say hello, let me know where you're from. Even if you're watching the recording, I still go back and I check, and I do comment on everybody's comments. I do respond back. I truly do appreciate all of the interaction. And remember, sharing is caring. If you would please share my live video or my recorded video, it's how I get to reach more crafty friends, customers, and team members. I'm always trying to expand my circle of customers and my family of sassy stampers. I have had a fabulous week so far. I hope you have as well. My week started on Monday. We had my Sassy Social, which is my team meeting. My team is called Marcy Sassy Stampers. And Monday we had our monthly gathering live, and I also do a video on my team page for those of my lovely ladies that do not live locally or could not join us because of their work schedule or other family commitments. But this Monday we had an extremely important guest with us. We had Dale Hampshire, who is the head of Stampin' Up Canada. He runs Stampin' Up Canada, so he is in charge of all of us Canadian demonstrators. And back in the summer, he had put out on our leader group that he was willing to go to any team meetings across Canada. I took a great big gulp and swallowed my fears, and I applied for him to come to our Sassy Social on September 9th. And wow, he chose us. So I was so excited to welcome him into our home and to our team gathering. It was a fabulous night, and my lovely ladies really enjoyed meeting him and having him join us. And then yesterday, my daughter Danielle, otherwise known as Bella, she had a doctor's appointment. She lives in Toronto, so she took the train home on Tuesday night, and we spent the day together yesterday. We went for a walk in the woods. I brought her to her doctor's appointment, and then we had supper, and then we drove her back into London to the train station. So it was so fabulous to get to spend a little bit of time with her. And then today, my lovely order from when the catalog went live last Wednesday, the 4th of September, my order is going to arrive today. So this week has just been fabulous. So I hope, like I said, you are having a fabulous week as well. So I am going to now flip you around. Now I'm hoping that I don't have any issues. This, my Archon stand, of course, because I did a live, was switched around. And whenever it gets switched around, I always seem to have a hard time getting the configuration of all of the joints back in the right spot to easily flip you from seeing me in person to down to my craft desk. So hold on just a minute. If you are get motion sickness or anything, close your eyes. I'm actually going to try and put a post-it note on the camera so that it all of my moving around doesn't cause too many issues. So hold on just one second. I'm going to flip you and cover that up, and then we're just going to switch you around here, and hopefully I get this fairly quickly. And I cannot wait to share with you today's project. It was the make and take for our social. So it was so super cute that, excuse me, I thought I absolutely need to share it with you guys. My team loved it. It's a little early to have, but not too much. I mean, September seems to be flying by rather quickly. So I thought, well, let's give it a whirl, see what you guys think. Okay, there we are. So look at this, and you're not up on my iPad yet, and I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Okay, hello Lynn, how are you? And I see my lovely mother-in-law Helen is watching. How are you? Thank you for joining me today. So this is the adorable little Coffin treat boxes that can be found in the holiday catalog towards the back of the book on page. They are part of the Monster Bash. So they're on page 53 here. Here they are, Coffin treat boxes, and you get a dozen boxes and lids for $9.50. That is a pretty great price, I think. As well, I am using the Spooktacular Bash bundle, the stamp set, and the ornate frames dies. So let's just bring that up a little closer. So if you're a Halloween lover, this is one of the items that they Stampin' Up! Is now offering as an entire suite of products. So that one code right there, 153485, you can enter that to get the entire suite of products for the one price. Instead of entering all these different codes, you will get one of everything that is shown on that page. Hello, Elaine. Oh, you're friends with Shauna. Oh, you're very welcome. So in order to save a little bit of time, I have already stamped my Eat, Drink, and Be Scary, and I have die cut out this gorgeous ornate frame. If you're not a Halloween person, I still think you should get these gorgeous ornate frames, the dies. They are just fabulous. So I'm just putting this back on. As you can see, look at these, all these frames. They would go with absolutely any sentiment that you have to just make it just that little bit more wow. Okay, so I'm also using, let me just get rid of this out of my way. I'm also using the Stylish Scroll embossing folder. So let's just pull that out. This over here, because as you can see, it's all embossed, and then I've used my brand new Delicata Golden Glitz ink and the Whisper White craft ink as well. So this is how the Coffin treat boxes come. So it comes in 2 pieces. 1 and 2. So this is our lid and this is our base. I don't want to lose that in a mess, so let's just get that out of the way. So I have found that it is better to take your bone folder and fold and crease on all of those score lines. It's already pre-scored for you, which makes it that much easier to create. So we're just going to take the bone folder and see these little tabs here as well. You need to burnish those edges as well. But really, this comes in to completing it in such a really, in my opinion, a rather quick time. Okay, so that is my lid. Now this is my base. So I'm just going to fold and burnish all the big ones first, and then I'll come in and do the tabs afterwards. Okay. So I wasn't sure what I was going to be doing as our make and take for our Sassy Social. We always do a make and take of some sort, and I decided on the treat boxes kind of last minute, as I went to the grocery store. Before I go any further, let me just back up the bus for just a second. I went to the grocery store and to do my weekly groceries, and I saw this. Look at this. I almost squealed out loud. I was so excited. I am a truly matchy girl. I love things that match. And holy camole, these Coffin crisps totally match. I was like, oh my gosh, that's what I'm making. So if you open it up, look at how perfectly that fits in that box. Isn't that so cute? And Coffee Crisp actually happens to be my favorite chocolate bar. From when I was a kid, I loved Coffee Crisp. And this year, when Nestle has turned around and made this box of Coffin Crisp chocolate bars, they are absolutely perfect for the Stampin' Up! Coffin treat boxes. Fit perfectly, and anybody would love to receive something fun like that. I know I sure would. Okay, so I'm going to quickly grab my Big Shot and bring it in before I move it right under the camera view. Take your lid. The top side is facing up, and with the Stampin' embossing folders, the line and where your Stampin' Up! Logo is, this means this is the top. So your embossed part will be at the top there. So I take it and I line that up right at the very top of that edge. Close it over. Oh, it's still... There we go. So that I've got a nice even edge there. And then I'm going to take it and put it in my sandwich on my Big Shot and crank that through. Okay, get that out of the way. And here we have our lovely embossed lid. And because I've already folded and burnished those crease lines, there is that slight impression still, so I can see exactly where I am going to be folding. So then you're just going to give it another little fold, and then you need to glue it together. I found that liquid glue was quicker and easier than tear and tape, because when you're making a box that is going to be opened and closed, any 3D items, you need something a little stronger than like your snail. You need something like a tear and tape adhesive or liquid glue. And I found that the liquid glue was actually easier, because all of these little tabs, you don't want to have to be peeling. So you're just going to take and put some glue there. Make sure that you are lining your edges up so it's a nice folded, not wonky edge, that the lines match up. And you want to make sure not too much. As you can see, I didn't put too much glue on there. And then you're just going to keep going around, holding it just for a second so that it has time for that glue to adhere to the other side. Now, although we don't have any little ones, I still like to make up all kinds of special treat boxes to hand out to friends, grandchildren, and even my good friends that have grandchildren that come to their place. I send some boxes, treat boxes over, or my husband, his co-workers are younger, some of them, so they have children. So I find out how many packages I need, and I like to send them over to his work with him, because I just love to create this kind of stuff. I think creating Halloween treats is so much fun, and so much fun to share, that I just like to create as much as possible. And I've been doing an awful lot of trips to the post office, so I think I will be creating some and dropping them off at the post office for my post ladies, who are always so nice and friendly at our local Canada Post. So as well as I will do up a little treat container for my UPS, my delivery man. So you saw how quickly that went together. Now you could leave this as black if you wanted. You don't have to sponge any color. I just think it looks so much more fun. And this is not my original idea. I like to give credit where credit is due. And this was the concept artists from Stampin' Up. They have a picture in the holiday catalog that you just see a little bit of a Halloween wreath that they, the concept artist, had created with this suite of products. So I took that, and instead of adding it to the wreath, I decided just to do the single treat box. And we're almost done with this part. So if you're doing a craft fair coming up the beginning of October, something like this, I bet would sell like hotcakes. And we've just got this last tab to adhere. So again, I am just giving it a moment of pressure from my fingers to hold that in place so that glue has time to adhere. So here we have, I'm just going to give a squeeze. Okay, so here we have that adorable treat box. So that's cute on its own, like just like that. But I wanted to bring it up a little bit and bring in some ink. So I took, with my sample, I took more time and let this dry, the white, first. So I'm going to show you the workaround for that. So I have my Stampin', my spot, and I'm going to take my sponge dauber here, and I'm just going to ink it up, and then I'm just going to brush it on the corners, all the seams. Even though you're not going to see the top of it really, I want to make sure that it's all covered, because when the recipient opens it, you want them to look at it and the entire thing be decorated. So then very lightly, I'm just brushing one way, then the other. The more you add, the longer it is going to take to dry. You could take your heat tool and speed up that process, or if you're doing a bunch of them, you can do all of the white ink first and then set it aside to dry and come back later to add your gold. And you can also, instead of the gold, you could add copper or you could add silver, whichever color you like. Okay, now I'm doing the exact same thing on my lid. Just turning it. And now the top. And your hands are going to get a little inky, but that's okay. That just means you're having fun. So now I'm going to take my sponge dauber and I'm going to go directionally from one side to the other. And I'm just lightly dragging it. I'm not really applying too much pressure. And then I'm going to come the same from the bottom up so that it's straight across like that. Okay, so now I am done with my white. I'm going to put my white dauber away, and I am going to come in with my golden glitz, and another sponge dauber, getting a clean one, and this time I've got a napkin. So that way, okay, I'm getting ink on there. Because this is still damp, I'm going to end up picking up some of that gold. And when I go to re-ink my sponge dauber, any white that's on the end of this, I don't want it to contaminate my gold ink pad. So to get a little bit of that off, I'm going to daub it on my napkin just to help with that. And as you can see, because I'm adding the gold over, it's making it look even more aged and distressed. Can you see how, look at that shimmery prettiness. Just love it. So there's not much left on here. So, and as you can see, my end of my dauber there is a little dull, so I'm just going to dab some of that off before I come back in here and pick up more ink. And like I said, you could add as much or as little as you want. It's your creation. It's whatever you feel is pleasing to your eye. And I'm not going too heavy with my pressure either, because remember, this is paper, so you don't want to end up ripping it or distorting the size shape of your box. Okay, I think I'm good with that for my box itself. Turning it all the way around to show you that we've got some of that gold all the way around it. So now, just dab it off one more time and ink it back up. And you can see there is no white on that because I am dabbing it on that paper towel to get rid of that any excess that might be lingering on my dauber here. And if you, like I said, if you had time to wait for this to dry in between, that's all the better. And you wouldn't necessarily have to be daubing off. Okay, so because I went across the one direction, I'm now going to go the opposite way with my gold. So I'm just going to make sure I've got enough here. And so I'm going the opposite direction with the gold so that it's catching the other areas of that lid. Picking up a bit more and then looking to see what I think. And I think we want some more right down in here. So we're just going to, any areas that you feel need that little bit more. There, I think that's good. Now, next, let's see, when you put that on there, and look at that. I just love the way this looks. So now I'm going to bring in my Eat, Drink, and Be Scary little label that I have stamped and die cut out already. And I've already got, I probably have enough gold on here. So I'm just going to take and sponge all the edges. Okay, just like that. Maybe just a smidge more there. And then I'm going to take this from just basic black cardstock and I'm going to daub all of my gorgeous gold on top of it to really make it sparkle. Now you could use your gold foil sheets, but I wanted my colors to match. Remember, I'm a matchy-matchy girl, and seeing as it was black cardstock that my Coffin treat box actually is, then the logical choice I thought was to use the basic black cardstock and sponge my gold on it. Okay, and as you can see, my hands are pretty filled with gold, and I don't want to get that on everything, so I've just got a baby wipe over here that I will take and try to get as much of that off my hands as possible, because I don't want the gold smudging my front of my sentiment here. So we're going to pick this up, put it on my silicone craft sheet. Put a little bit of liquid glue on that. And then pop that on and adjust. So that it's centered nicely. So then next, we are going to take our black Stampin' Dimensionals, and I'm going to put one here in the center, and then, you know me, I like my dimensionals, so I use quite a few of them to make sure my sentiment or whatever it is that I am popping up does not collapse at all. So I'm just peeling off my backings. And centering that just like that. Oh, we're a little crooked. That won't do. Move you over just when you're not directly over top. It sometimes is a little tricky to get it lined up. There we go. And of course, so take the lid off to give it a better squeeze. And of course, we need to put one of our fun Coffin crisp chocolate bars right inside. How cute is that? And that did not take much time whatsoever. Adorable. This one I've got a little bit more gold on here than this one, but they're both equally as cute. Doesn't it, Lynn? It's just gorgeous. Now I'm going to pull this out of my way, and I did make the coffin wreath, so I just want to show you what that actually looks like. So here is my wreath that hangs. My whole, it's not going to show the entire screen because it's so big. So this is, as you can see, I've got 25 coffin treat boxes. So that is 2 full packages of your treat boxes plus 1. So you need to order 3 treat boxes, 3 packages of treat boxes if you want to create something like this. It did take a little bit of time because it was 25 boxes. And then this is the Monster Bash Designer Series paper that I cut out using one of my layering circles dies. And I took some, can you see that? I took a little bit of the craft white ink to kind of distress the front of that and the edges of that Designer Series paper. I sponged some of the gold ink on the ornate frame. And then this is a bow with 3, I've got 3 bows here underneath. And now it's all glued together with hot glue. And then as you can see all my big blobs, I wanted to make darn sure that this wasn't going to fall apart. So it is hot glued together. And this frame I got at Walmart it was under $10. So really, I think it's a pretty economical piece of home decor that you could pull out every year. But isn't that so cute? And look at how cool it looks when you've done it when you're putting your white and your gold on there without doing the embossing on that. So cool. I just love this. Thank you, Stampin' Up, for sharing this gorgeous wreath with us. I know a lot of demonstrators got on the bandwagon as soon as they could to create this wreath because it's just gorgeous. So that is all for me today. Let me get this out of the way. Thank you so much for stopping by. I truly do appreciate it. And I hope you have a fabulous weekend. I believe my weekend is going to be filled with canning corn and starting my ground tomatoes for tomato sauce. So I'll have a busy preparing weekend in my kitchen for some yummy food throughout the winter. So I hope you have a chance to get crafting. Remember, all of the product links will be on my blog on Saturday. And if you do not have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that you currently work with, and if you would like a catalog from me, please message me your mailing address and I would be happy to get one out in the mail for you. Thank you so much again, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye for now.